Nobody talks about these businesses. That's the point. While everyone is chasing the next app, the next crypto play, the next thing that looks like a rocket ship from the outside, a very specific group of people are quietly building something nobody is watching. Something nobody is posting about. Something that doesn't have a pitch deck or a viral moment or a founder interview on a podcast with a waiting list. They're building boring businesses. And some of them are making more money than you would believe. This is not a list of get-rich-quick schemes. This is not a collection of side hustles that might earn you an extra few $100s a month if you're lucky. This is a serious look at 20 businesses that look completely unremarkable from the outside and generate remarkable amounts of cash from the inside. Businesses that have been working quietly for decades while the rest of the world chased whatever was interesting. Let's start at the beginning. Number 1. Coin-operated laundromats. Walk past one on any given Tuesday and you'll see exactly what you expect to see. Machines running. Someone folding clothes. Fluorescent lights. The smell of detergent. Nothing about it suggests that the owner of this building might be netting anywhere from $50,000 to over $200,000 a year from this single location depending on size, location, and how well it's run. The math is simple. Machines run whether the owner is there or not. Customers come in, pay, leave. The owner restocks supplies, handles maintenance, and collects. A well-run laundromat in a working-class neighborhood has something most businesses would give anything for. A customer base that comes back every single week because they have no choice. Clothes don't stop getting dirty in a recession. Currently, the average laundromat generates between $30,000 and $100,000 in annual revenue per location. The ones that generate over $200,000 are usually in high-density urban areas with multiple machines and extended hours. Some operators own 5, 10, 15 locations. You do that math. Number 2. Vending machines. Before you dismiss this one, stay with it for a moment. A single vending machine placed in the right location, a hospital break room, a school hallway, an office building lobby, can net anywhere from $300 to $1,000 a month after product cost and location fees. That's one machine. One box in a hallway that you restock once or twice a week. The operators who figured this out a long time ago didn't stop at one machine. They built routes. 15 machines. 30 machines. Some operators run over 100 machines across multiple locations and have essentially built a cash-flowing business that requires a few hours of driving per week and almost no overhead beyond product cost. Currently, the vending machine industry generates over $23 billion annually in the United States alone. The people making real money in it are not the ones with one machine. They're the ones who treated it like a system and scaled it quietly while nobody was watching. Number 3. Self-storage facilities. People need somewhere to put their stuff. That need doesn't go away when the economy gets difficult. In fact, it often increases. People downsize their homes and need somewhere to store what didn't fit. They go through divorces. They move between cities. They inherit things they can't bring themselves to throw away. A self-storage facility is essentially a piece of land divided into lockable units that people pay to access monthly. The owner provides the space. The customer provides the lock and the monthly payment. Operating costs are low, minimal staffing, minimal maintenance, no perishable inventory. The margins are some of the highest in commercial real estate. Currently, self-storage is a $44 billion industry in the United States. The average facility generates between $400,000 and $600,000 in annual revenue. Some of the largest operators in the country started with a single facility on a piece of land nobody else wanted and scaled quietly from there. Number 4. Parking lots. This one might be the most boring entry on this list. A piece of asphalt. Some painted lines. A payment system. That's the entire business model. But here's what makes a parking lot interesting from a financial perspective. It requires almost no labor. It requires almost no maintenance beyond occasional restriping and lighting upkeep. It generates revenue every single day including weekends and holidays. And in a dense urban environment, near a stadium, a hospital, an airport, a downtown business district, it can generate extraordinary amounts of passive income from something that is, at its core, just land with lines painted on it. Some of the most quietly wealthy people in American cities own parking lots in downtown areas they acquired decades ago for prices that seem impossible now. They collect monthly. They hire almost nobody. And they own something that the city literally grows around over time, making it more valuable every year. Number 5. Commercial cleaning companies. Every office building gets dirty every single day. Every medical clinic needs to be sanitized. Every school district has floors that need mopping. The demand for commercial cleaning is constant, recession-resistant, and almost entirely invisible to anyone who isn't looking for it. A commercial cleaning company with 10 contracted clients, office buildings, clinics, school districts, can generate anywhere from $500,000 to over $1 million in annual revenue depending on contract size. The margins are thin but the contracts are sticky. Once a building manager finds a cleaning company they trust, they rarely switch. The churn is low. The cash flow is reliable. And the barrier to entry is surprisingly accessible: a few employees, some equipment, and the discipline to show up consistently. Currently, the commercial cleaning industry generates over $100 billion annually in the United States. The operators making real money in it are not the ones cleaning offices themselves. They're the ones who built systems, hired reliable teams, and stepped back into the ownership role while the contracts kept renewing. Number 6. ATM ownership. You've used an ATM hundreds of times without thinking about who owns it. In many cases it isn't the bank. It's a private operator who placed a machine in a gas station, a convenience store, a bar, a laundromat, and collects a surcharge fee on every single transaction. The average ATM surcharge is between $2.50 and $3.50 per transaction. A machine in a busy location might process 300 transactions a month. That's roughly $900 a month from one machine after the location owner takes their cut. Operators who own networks of 20, 30, 50 machines in high-traffic locations have built something that generates consistent monthly income from a piece of equipment that mostly takes care of itself. Number 7. Billboard ground leases. You don't have to own the billboard. You just have to own the land it sits on. Advertising companies lease ground space from landowners on long-term contracts, sometimes 5 years, sometimes 15 years, with built-in annual escalations. The landowner does essentially nothing. The advertising company handles the structure, the clients, the maintenance. The landowner collects a check every month for owning a piece of land with a good sightline from a highway. Currently, ground lease rates for billboard locations on major highways range from $800 to over $3,000 a month depending on traffic volume and visibility. Some landowners collect this from multiple billboard locations simultaneously. It is, arguably, the most passive income stream on this entire list. Number 8. Car washes. The car wash business has been quietly evolving for decades. The old model, a single bay, coin-operated, still works in the right location. But the new model, the express tunnel car wash with a monthly membership subscription, has turned an already solid business into something that generates extraordinary recurring revenue. A single express tunnel car wash with a strong membership base can generate between $1 million and $3 million in annual revenue. The membership model means the owner knows exactly how much money is coming in before the month starts. The customer pays every month whether they wash their car once or 20 times. The math on that model is extremely favorable to the owner. Number 9. Dumpster rental companies. Someone is renovating their kitchen. Someone is cleaning out an estate. A contractor is tearing down a wall. All of them need somewhere to put the debris. They call a dumpster rental company, pay a weekly fee, and the company drops off a large metal container and picks it up when it's full. The margins on dumpster rental are surprisingly strong. The equipment is the main capital expense. Once the truck and the containers are paid for, the ongoing cost is fuel and labor. A small dumpster rental operation with 15 containers can generate over $200,000 a year in revenue. Operators who scale to 50 or 100 containers in a busy market can generate significantly more. Number 10. Tax preparation services. Every year, millions of Americans pay someone to prepare their taxes. Not because they can't do it themselves. Because they don't want to, because their situation is complicated, or because they don't trust themselves to get it right. That need doesn't go away. It comes back every single year on exactly the same schedule. A solo tax preparer working from a small office during tax season can generate between $50,000 and $150,000 in 3 to 4 months of focused work. Preparers who build a client base and retain it year over year have something extremely valuable: a recurring revenue stream tied to a deadline that never moves and a need that never disappears. Number 11. Porta potty rental companies. Construction sites need them. Outdoor festivals need them. Sporting events need them. Any outdoor gathering above a certain size needs portable sanitation and someone has to provide it. That someone is making more money than you would expect. A single portable toilet unit rents for between $75 and $150 per week. A company with 100 units fully deployed generates between $7,500 and $15,000 per week in rental revenue. The business requires a truck, the units themselves, and a system for servicing them. It is unglamorous by any definition. It is also extremely profitable. Number 12. Cemetery and funeral home ownership. This is perhaps the most uncomfortable entry on the list, but it is also one of the most recession-proof businesses in existence. The demand is not just consistent. It is guaranteed. A well-located cemetery or funeral home in a stable community generates reliable revenue from a need that is as old as human civilization and will never go away. Currently, the funeral services industry generates over $20 billion annually in the United States. The average funeral home generates between $1 million and $2 million in annual revenue. Family-owned funeral homes that have served their communities for generations have built something that combines real estate value, service revenue, and community trust into a business model that is nearly impossible to disrupt. Number 13. Coin-operated car washes. Different from the express tunnel model, the coin-operated car wash requires almost no staff. The customer does the work. The owner provides the bays, the equipment, and the water supply. Revenue comes in around the clock, including overnight when the owner is asleep. Maintenance is the primary ongoing cost. In the right location, a multi-bay coin-operated car wash can generate over $100,000 a year with minimal labor involvement. Number 14. Storage unit auctions and resale. When a storage unit tenant stops paying their monthly fee, the facility has the legal right to auction the contents of the unit. A cottage industry of buyers has built businesses around attending these auctions, purchasing units for a fraction of their contents value, and reselling the items through online platforms, flea markets, and estate sales. Some operators run this as a full-time business, generating six figures annually from a combination of storage unit purchases and resale operations. Number 15. Pool cleaning and maintenance services. In warm weather states, a pool cleaning route is one of the most dependable small businesses available. Pool owners pay a monthly fee for someone to come by weekly, test the water, add chemicals, and clean the filter. The work is consistent, the customers are loyal, and the revenue is recurring. A solo pool cleaning operator with 50 residential clients charging $150 per month per client generates $7,500 a month in revenue, $90,000 a year, from a van, some chemicals, and a weekly route. Operators who scale to 150 or 200 clients and hire additional technicians can generate well over $300,000 annually. Number 16. Locksmith services. Someone locks their keys in their car on a Thursday night. Someone gets locked out of their house. A business needs to rekey after an employee departure. The locksmith gets the call. The work is skilled but learnable. The demand is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and largely recession-proof because emergencies don't schedule themselves around economic conditions. A solo locksmith working full-time can generate between $75,000 and $150,000 annually. Operators who build a team and take on commercial contracts, buildings, property management companies, car dealerships, can scale significantly beyond that. Number 17. Mobile notary services. Documents need to be notarized. Loan closings happen at dining room tables, hospital bedsides, and nursing home common rooms. Real estate transactions require notarized signatures. A mobile notary drives to the client, witnesses the signing, stamps the document, and collects a fee, typically between $75 and $200 per appointment depending on complexity and location. A busy mobile notary completing 5 appointments per day, 5 days a week generates between $1,875 and $5,000 per week. The startup cost is a notary commission, a stamp, and a reliable vehicle. The barrier to entry is low. The operators who treat it seriously and build a referral network with title companies and real estate agents have built genuinely lucrative businesses from something most people have never considered. Number 18. Pressure washing services. Driveways get dirty. Commercial buildings accumulate grime. Parking lots need cleaning. Restaurant exteriors, gas station forecourts, apartment building facades, all of it needs periodic high-pressure cleaning and none of it cleans itself. A pressure washing business can be started for under $5,000 in equipment and generates between $150 and $500 per job depending on size and complexity. Operators who focus on commercial contracts, apartment complexes, retail strips, restaurant chains, can generate over $500,000 annually from a business that started with a trailer and a pump. Number 19. Septic tank pumping services. In rural and suburban areas without municipal sewage systems, septic tanks need to be pumped every 3 to 5 years. The homeowner has no choice. The tank fills. The call gets made. The truck comes. The check gets written. A septic pumping company with a single truck in a rural market can generate between $200,000 and $400,000 in annual revenue. The work requires licensing and specialized equipment but faces almost no competition in underserved markets. The operators in this space have discovered what every boring business already knows: if you do the work nobody else wants to do, you can charge for it accordingly. Number 20. Document shredding services. Businesses are legally required to destroy sensitive documents. Medical records, financial files, legal documents, all of it needs to be shredded securely and the destruction needs to be certified. A document shredding company provides a truck with an industrial shredder, visits client locations on a schedule, destroys the documents on site, and provides a certificate of destruction. The contracts are recurring. The clients don't switch often because changing a shredding vendor requires trust and process change that most office managers don't want to deal with. A document shredding company serving a mid-sized city with 20 contracted clients can generate over $300,000 in annual revenue from a business that most people never think about until they need it. Here is what every business on this list has in common. None of them are interesting. None of them are going to get you a feature in a magazine. None of them have a founder story that ends with a dramatic acquisition and a press release. What they have instead is something more valuable than interesting. They have need. Consistent, recurring, recession-resistant need that shows up every week or every month or every year on a schedule that doesn't care what the stock market is doing or what technology just disrupted what industry. The people who figured this out, the ones running the laundromat routes and the vending machine networks and the dumpster fleets and the septic trucks, they didn't find a secret. They just stopped looking for interesting and started looking for need. And somewhere in a parking lot or a storage facility or a coin-operated car wash bay right now, someone is collecting from a business nobody is watching. That's the whole strategy. Boring is the point. If nobody in your circle is talking about businesses like these, that's exactly why they work. Subscribe, like and comment. Because in the next video we're going inside another world nobody is watching. And you don't want to miss what's hiding in plain sight.